Protagonist Marlow, the protagonist of Heart of Darkness. Marlow is philosophical, independent minded, and generally skeptical of those around him. He is also a master storyteller, eloquent, and able to draw his listeners into his tale. Although Marlow shares many of his fellow Europeans' prejudices, he has seen enough of the world and has encountered enough debased white men to make him skeptical of imperialism. Marlow's strengths and weaknesses: compassionate values, justice, curiosity. Weaknesses: obsessive, arrogant, hypocritical. And if you go through these connection with each of the characters are jungle, and if you put the Marlow as a center protagonist and as a steamer pilot, there is a jungle is there, and there is Kurtz, and then manager, Elsman, and the Russian. Although Marlow appears in several of Conrad's other works, it is important not to view him as merely a surrogate for the author. Marlow is a complicated man who anticipates the figures of high modernism while also reflecting his Victorian predecessors. Marlow is in many ways a traditional hero, tough, honest, and independent thinker, a capable man, yet he is also broken or damaged, like T.S. Eliot's J. Alfred Prufrock or William Faulkner's Quentin Compson. The world has defeated him in some fundamental way, and he is very skeptical and cynical. Marlow also mediates between the figure of the intellectual and that of the working tough. While he is clearly intelligent, eloquent, and a natural philosopher, he is not saddled with the angst of centuries worth of Western thought. At the same time, while he is highly skilled at what he does, he repairs and then ably pilots his own ship. He is no mere manual laborer. Work for him is a distraction, a concrete alternative to the posturing and excuse making of those around him. Marlow can also be read as an intermediary between the two extremes of Kurtz and the company. He is moderate enough to allow the reader to identify with him, yet open-minded enough to identify at least partially with either extreme. Thus, he acts as a guide for the reader. Marlow's intermediary position can be seen in his eventual illness and recovery. Unlike those who truly confront or at least acknowledge Africa and the darkness within themselves, Marlow does not die. But unlike the company men who focus only on money and advancement, Marlow suffers horribly. He is thus contaminated by his experiences and memories, and like Coleridge's Ancient Mariner, destined as purgation of Nancy to repeat his story to all who will listen. MC questions if you want to ask them. Marlow can be read as an intermediary between the extremes of its two figures: general manager, brickmaker, natives, pilgrims, Kurtz the company, Kurtz the natives. What archetype does Kurtz resemble? Evil genius, lost hero, unhinged villain, immoral leader. What does Kurtz's style mask? Is frightened, cold-hearted, immoral, lacking in substance. Which of Marlow's characteristics is not one of the traditional hero? Honesty, independent thinking, cynicism, toughness. Which character acts as a guide for the reader? Marlow, Kurtz, the general manager, Russian trader.